Jinika, OjyOkpe, with stories trending around.
All right, guys, welcome back.
So, after such a long break.
It wasn't that long.
Some revelation concerning the current state of things in Nigeria as regards the President Tinubu's offer and his journey to the United Kingdom, and also the relief he sent to the disaster victims in Maiduguri and other parts of the country. So I'll watch this video to the end because you are going to get valuable insights that will, be very, very vital,
Back to fuel queues, the pricing, the hike in petrol price. I mean, I filled up my tank. Can I just tell the viewers how much I filled my tank? Naira. I was shocked. It was 9 naira to fill up my tank. I had to.
That couldn't have been a full tank with that kind of oppressive
no,
wagon that you drive.
It's just it was 93,000 naira. Machine. But no, it wasn't funny at all. But please, something's got to give. I miss the viewers. Thank you for checking up on me. And thank you all. We miss Rufai. Well, all right. Well, good morning to you. Here are some of the stories that are trending across the globe.
In the United Kingdom, Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Wednesday met with the King of England, King Charles III. It is the first meeting between the two leaders since they met in Dubai at the COP28 Climate Summit last year. Tinubu, in a post on X, said the meeting was a significant step in strengthening the partnership between Nigeria and the United Kingdom. United States, Joe Biden caused the Friends Day after wearing a red Trump campaign hat event commemorating the 23rd anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Firefighters in Pennsylvania near hijack crashed. The White House said he donned the cap, gesture of unity. Sports. A 20-year-old law student, Suhail Ali, who uploaded a slur in an audio message on X targeting Arsenal star Bukayo, is now facing jail time. The 20-year-old, who is also of Nigerian heritage, had argued that he used the racial slur in an offensive and not racial context. The outburst happened shortly after Eid to Nottingham Forest on May 20th, 2020, and Manchester City were crowned Premier League champions.
Coronation year! Make me sweat, make me harder. Make me water.
Finally, under entertainment, singer Tyler on Wednesday, the Best Afrobeats Award category at the 2024 MTV Video Music Awards, triumphing over Nigerian musicians Arya Star, Thames, David OJ, and Burna Boy. The piano star acceptance speech described her victory as a sweet moment because African artists are mostly grouped under Afrobeats, despite the diverse genre music on the continent.
This is such a big moment for African music. Guys, the global impact that water has had on the world just proves that African music can be pop music too.
I'll always say congratulations. Congratulations, Tyler. I mean, she deserves the award as well. But, you know, I will continue to be upset because the category was Afrobeat, and she made a very, very valid point. It is unfair that they continue to categorize all African stars as Afrobeat stars because, I mean, I believe people who started with his, Afrofusion, she is a... I mean, what does it really mean, Ayo?
Well, so very quickly, congratulations to her. Well deserving. I think it's a debate that we do because we had other people like Barrister on that same Afro
is Afrofusion.
So a lot of
call me an Afrobeat.
So they need to be able to. Yeah, Wizkid has come out to say Afrobeat. I don't know what much about Afrobeat and them not identifying with Afrobeat here. And like what Tyler said is the fact that they keep lumping culture, musical culture together. It's like when you go abroad and they say, "Also," and I'm like, I have no clue. Never been there. It's just that and I'm glad that she used the opportunity to get the award and also make a statement. I thought that was really good. Hopefully they will learn from that.
The world is a global village though, but congratulations to Tyler. Well, all right, we'll continue by taking reactions to the tragedy caused by the ravaging flood in Maiduguri, to the death of over people and the displacement. 114,000 people were, according to the National Emergency Management Agency. The disaster occurred after the Alao Dam overflowed. Following heavy rain, the town's worst flooding in 30 years. NEMA spokesperson said that more than 23 households have been hit on people, adding that some of the affected are accommodated in IDP camps across the state.
Yake fitowa da masifa yake shiga cikin gari. Yanzu wannan ruwan gabaki ɗaya cikin gari yake tafiya.
What a tragedy. I was watching while I was overseas out to those, I believe NEMA put it at 37 now, but 30 died in Maiduguri. It is some, more information regarding why this happened. But in the meantime, many Nigerians have reacted to the flood of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last elections, Peter Obi, who in a post on X, federal and state governments to provide aid and resources to the flood victims, stating that he was saddened by the loss of lives and disruption of activities by the incident. Well, on Thursday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the allocation of 108 naira to support states in addressing natural the state receiving 3 billion naira their efforts. Dr. Abate, heard you earlier, the efforts of NEMA. We saw videos from Yobe's emergency control there, also supporting, the Maiduguri victims. We have seen that Tinubu has jumped into action now, giving 3 to each state. But meanwhile, Nigeria's Governors Forum and Governor of Kwara, Razam, along with the late Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Governor Ayeda Tiwa, and Maiduguri to conduct an on-site of the flooding. These state governors go out there. Meanwhile, details on GovSpend website revealed that a sum of 171 million naira was reportedly sent to the federal government for the rehab in Borno state. The sum of 23.4 million naira was disbursed on June 4th to rehabilitate the dam. Another sum of 26 million naira was disbursed on July 29th. 122.4 million naira was spent on September 20th. The rehabilitating the dam was awarded to Hamal and Partners Limited. Accountability. Heads must roll. What really went on here? But we also heard that, the governor of Borno State, during this whole process, but he gave assurances. That's the story out there. But now we are seeing this amount of money ridiculous that lives have been lost. I mean, animals are on the street. People are suffering because of what? Incompetence, Dr. Abati.
Well, we've been on this subject for about 3 days.
Yes.
And I think yesterday, the emphatic point that we made in the last 2 days, I think, is that, look, this is a case not of climate change disruption. This is a clear case of negligence on the part of the Nigerian authorities. Now, the latest news is that, in fact, there was prior information that that particular Alau Dam, which is, used for irrigation and for supplying tap water in Maiduguri and Jere local government areas of Borno State, that there was prior notice that there was distress. And as recently as July, 26 million naira was provided. Between June 2023 and July 2024, the whole sum of about 171 million naira was provided. Now we have called for investigation. If this is established to be a case of negligence, then, to use your phrase, heads must roll.
Absolutely.
The contractors that collected money to rehabilitate the dam, what did they do with the dam? Now, this happens every year. If it is not Lagro Dam, they will say it's Onyon Dam. They will say it is, another dam in the middle of nowhere, and Nigerians will suffer. Houses have been submerged. Animals have been, released from the zoo. Prison was, affected, and jailbirds on the streets of Maiduguri. Persons have been displaced. Over 30 persons have died. Some of this, of this problem, some part of it also, is the realization that this is likely to result in an epidemic of disease affliction in Borno State. Our argument is that, to the extent that this was foreseeable,
yes,
this was also preventable.
That's the point.
And so this is like crying over spilt milk with Nigeria happening to people who should be protected by Nigeria. And hence, the negligence must not be allowed to pass. That is the point. The governors that have gone there on a solidarity visit, well, I think they do it all the time when there's disaster. But many of those governors too should learn from the experience of their visit. Because these are the same governors who in their own states also always face issues about disaster management resulting from negligence. The lesson is not just about solidarity. The lesson is knowing that when they go back to their states, after identifying with Baba Gana Zulum, that they too take proactive steps to make sure that their own people do not face this kind of situation.
Absolutely.
But this is the story of Nigeria, literally. We will be here next year again. They will say one dam has overflown its embankment. Because people who are supposed to do their duty, contractors who are supposed to perform, do not perform.
Yeah.
So this should be investigated.
Absolutely.
It should not stop at the level of, people mourning and groaning and solidarity visits and people giving donations. Yes. And the people in the IDP camp should be given the best possible care that they can receive.
Yes, we've heard that the governors have been given 3 billion naira each for this disaster management. I mean, we have put the amount out there for the federal government. Come out. Let us know what really happened here. May the families take succor in, some of the relief efforts that have been made so far. May those that have died, may their souls rest in perfect peace. We'll take another story. As Nigerians continue to lament over the hike in petrol price, the vice president of the Dangote industry, Deva Kumar Edwin, on Thursday voiced frustration over the boycott of Dangote refinery products by local marketers. Edwin made the comment during an X space, saying that despite the Dangote refinery's substantial production capacity, local marketers are purchasing only about 3% of its product. Is this the story of Nigeria again? But there are so many tweets that have come up with this story. Let me take this one. It says, we are importing most of our crude oil from as far as US and Brazil, and we're exporting almost all of our production, including our diesel and jet fuel. the importers are practically refusing to buy from us. That's another statement from Edwin there. We'll take another statement. We also hear that the NNPC has informed us that they intend to station a team of 6 to 10 people permanently at our refinery. They've asked us to provide office space for them since they will be supplying the crude, overseeing production, and buying back the products in Naira. I mean, this is from the Dangote refinery. One of the comments that I read, somebody said, they know they shape. NNPC, they know they shape. But you know, I'm sure you guys talked about it a little bit at the headline. Yeah. But in the meantime, though, you know, the president met with King Charles in London. He had a conference. And during that visit, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he visited King Charles III at the Buckingham Palace on Wednesday, said that Nigeria is currently going through a very strong phase of reforms that involve taking bold decisions, and that the critical path to prosperity, like that of the United Kingdom, involves taking such hard, painful decisions that will pave the way. He also promised to provide good governance and urged Nigerians to promise him good citizenship. Let's take a look.
The country is going through a very strong phase of reform. And this reform is taking a very bold and hard decision. For example, you might be hearing from home now in the last few days about fuel prices. But can we help it? Can we develop? You use their good roads there. You see electricity being constant. You see water supply being constant and running, and you see there are good schools. And we say we want to hand over a banner without staying to our children. What is the critical path to get us there? If we cannot take hard, painful decisions to pave the way. As I said earlier, I promise you good governance. You should promise me good citizenship. Thank you very much.
Ayo, you better promise good citizenship at this
point. Well, let him deliver good governance.
He has to deliver good governance, but he has promised, as he has said. But he's also, you know, the fact that he's saying these hard decisions, he's definitely aware what, you know, Nigerians are going through at this point. Like I said earlier, when I came in here, I spent that much money on petrol. People are spending their time on the streets instead of being at work. And, you know, Nigerians are suffering, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows why. But in the meantime, the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, Dr. Tayo Adeloju, on Wednesday disclosed how state governors spent $50 billion in the country's excess crude account back in 2010, which he said would have served as a buffer for subsidies and other pressing financial concerns of the country. Well, according to him, the state governors approached the Supreme Court to declare the excess crude account illegal, giving them the basis to share the funds domiciled in the account. The $50 billion fund was distributed to the governors between the time the late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua died and when former President Goodluck Jonathan took charge as president. We are hearing the history. This is the history of why our country is the way it is. But let's take a look at this video. The trending video of the late MKO Abiola speaking during his campaign in 1993 about NNPC's opaqueness and his promise to entrench transparency and accountability in the National Oil Company if he became president.
We shall maximize the nation's return from oil by turning over future investment to the private sector and by removing the complex structures which makes NNPC's accountability and assessment of efficiency almost impossible. You see, there are so many layers upon layers built on this simple thing, crude oil. You don't even know whether it's oil or some mystery around it from the central bank. You see, I think justify all this. In my government, the